How you doing? And thanks for tuning in to Wicked Mornings, your #1 source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, SUVs, CRCs, wave runners, and brand new 22 Black Diamond two-door Sasquatch Ford Broncos. Do you own a Ford Bronco? Do you want to own a Ford Bronco? Do you want to see all kinds of stuff that we did to this Ford Bronco? Great. Pause this video, go get a snack and a beverage, and get everybody out of the room so you can have some privacy while you watch this video so you're not bothered. And here we go. First thing you're going to see is RGB kit on the wheel well. I did a separate video, a little bit more in-depth about that. But you can see here how we have addressable LEDs, which are right now set in a rainbow pattern, 2-foot strip over each of these massive 35-inch factory tires. We did that just to highlight the tires and the suspension by owner request. They did not want to go full Fast and Furious with LED all over the underside of this car. They didn't want to draw that much attention. But they did want a little bit of something to accent the suspension that is definitely not factory. Well, it is factory, but not like most of the Broncos. This is the Sasquatch, has the nicer suspension, bigger tires. That's what we wanted to show off, so that's what we did. Alrighty, I'm going to show it to you naked. No lights on whatsoever first. As you can see, starting from the top down, we've got some SS3 by Diode Dynamics up there on the ditch light mount. Now, they are facing a little bit to the edge right now, but you could point them forward or whatever else you like, and several different lights fit there by those side view mirrors. We chose an SS3 by Diode Dynamics in a Pro white version with a driving lens. So that's what we have up there. Below that, in the factory fog location, where this particular Bronco didn't have any factory fogs at all, we have the Diode Dynamics triple LED kit. Now that comes with a bracket to mount 3 LEDs that pretty much fill up that bumper down there really nicely. In the center, we have amber with an amber lens, Max SS3. That's a hell of a bright SS3. It's the brightest SS3 that Diode makes. They call it a Max. Next to it, we have their C2, which is kind of like a half of an SS3. It's a 2 LED light, but it's very well and very powerful in its own right. And those are pros. So we have 4 white Pro C2s with a combo driving lens on them and the Max Amber Fog SAE fog lens. This was set as a kit from Diode. You can customize this. You don't have to buy exactly the way Diode sells it. FYI, you can buy the bracket separate and you can buy whatever SS3 and whatever C2 you want. You don't necessarily need the kit that they make. Do research, look carefully, understand it before you buy it, or contact us and we'll explain it. Above that is the white Bronco grille. Of course, that's a backlit grille. Now let me turn all this on and show you. So first thing we're going to turn it on is the white backlighting on the Bronco letters. That's a nice modification. You can get those letters in white with either a white backlight or an amber backlight if you prefer. And I do think they make these letters in black also if you didn't want the white Bronco, but you did want a backlight. You could subdue the grille by ordering black and then backlighting it. If you were handy with a paint gun, you could also probably paint those letters to match the body, which on a blue or red Bronco would be pretty freaking cool. And I think I might try to do that on the next one if I get permission. Below it, you can see our backlighting feature for the SS3 Max and the C2s in amber. We went ahead and tied the grille and the backlighting in amber to one of the auxiliary switches to give the owner the ability to do exactly what they're doing right now. No other lighting is on, just the Bronco and the backlighting on the lower fogs. Why? Because it looks cool as hell, that's why. And also this truck came with auxiliary switches, so we went ahead and took use of those. Now if you wanted to tie all that backlighting into the factory parking circuit like I did on a different Bronco, you could if you like. The only downfall with that is that all the other parking lights must be on to enjoy this cool grille. And I know a lot of you like that parking lot pimping, so you might want to just chill with the front lights only. And that's why I did it this way. Of course, it's super easy to switch. The auxiliary wires for a Ford Bronco are right there on the driver's fender, and they're very easy to connect to or to disconnect to if you needed to change this around at all. Alrighty, first thing we illuminated was those Max SS3 fog lights, and I will tell you the backlighting is a bit of an orange or amber, but the actual light sent out is a straight up yellow, and you can see that on the wall here. That is yellow as yellow can be, not orange, so it is a very effective, very bright yellow fog light. I believe the SS3, even in sport, is a good light. It's nice and bright and works. Now this one in Max, absolutely amazing. Now, the other thing that we just illuminated is our C2s. Now, I did wire all 4 of those C2s because they were the same. They're all for the same lens. And you can set them up any way you like, but I wired all 4 to one auxiliary switch. So that way he has one switch for the amazing bright yellows that you saw, which we just turned off, and that's why they went back down to that dimmer orange. And one switch for those bright white C2s, depending on which color he wanted to run. And of course, I mean, if you want to just go balls to the wall, you can run them both. You can run your white and your amber if you like. I mean, it's your world. Have it your way. So right above that, we're going to illuminate our ditch lights, which are an SS3 by Diode Dynamics without the backlight. That is a Pro SS3. And we didn't elect to do the backlight up there because we didn't want to draw too much attention up over the hood, and it just wasn't requested. But as you can see, very nice feature to have, especially to illuminate off to the side. Kind of like that one is doing right there, shining over on the mirror. Now, fully adjustable. You can name them up or down or forward or backward or sideways, whatever you like. It's your car. Do it however you like it. As you can see, as I said, it's aimed off a little bit to the angle, so it's completely blinding out the camera right now, where I'm standing right here to the corner. But I will go ahead and tip it down out of sight to show you mainly that Bronco grille and the fact that it is not a truly illuminated grille with light facing forward. It is in fact a backlit only grille. There is no forward facing white light on this. It's all around the edges. And that product is made by Oracle LED. If you'd like to check it out on Oracle's website, you can. It may end up showing up on our website as well in a custom kit. Undetermined at this time. Now, there are definitely several options for rearward lighting on the kind of Bronco. This particular one had halogen taillights, so we could have even went with maybe a retrofit set of LED headlights in the reverse lens to give him a maximum bright reverse bulb. If you wanted to go in the factory lens, and if you wanted to modify the lens and modify the harness, you could do that. We didn't want to do that. So what we did is we did another pair of C2 Pros in the back. We did not do a backlight on these either, although you could if you wanted to do a backlight. They do have them in red and amber, but this particular one, we didn't bother with the backlight, wasn't requested, and we didn't see it to be beneficial. But the customer did request that we put these C2s not mounted up on the spare tire, as many kits online show, but under the bumper, a little bit more covertly, discreetly mounted. So what we did is drill a single hole in the bottom of the bumper, use the included hardware from Diode Dynamics, and we were able to hang those C2 lights right where you see them. Now, this particular truck does have a hitch, which means he's probably going to tow something fun like a wave runner or maybe a motorcycle. And I'm sure that those under bumper lights are going to make loading and unloading that particular item that goes into that hitch very nice. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, what if he was just hauling 2x4s for work? No, I'm not going to think that because it's a beautiful Bronco, so it's got to be hauling something fun. So he's going to be hauling an awesome custom motorcycle or some kind of a custom watercraft. That's my feeling, and then sticking to it. Anyways, as you can see, the lights are illuminated now. They're going to provide plenty of rearward lighting. And I know sometimes you guys like to see this, so I did go ahead and, as you can see, turned off the shop lights, and this is the whole back area that it illuminates. My guesstimate would be more than enough to adequately illuminate a 2-car garage, possibly even a 6-car garage. Definitely more than enough to illuminate your 20-foot trailer and anything you might find inside of it or around it. Well, how does all this turn on, you might ask? On this particular Bronco, we have auxiliary switches. As I mentioned earlier, we took advantage of those. On your Bronco, perhaps you might need our Mini 6 switch panel if you do not have the factory 6 switches. That Mini 6 switch panel would be a great addition to any Bronco that didn't happen to get factory switches. Or there's a variety of other products you could use on the market. If you have something specific you'd like us to source, go ahead and drop an email to us at info@wickedwarnings.com, and we'll make sure to see if we can get it for you and if we can also get you the best price available. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's going to be slightly under 10 minutes. I hope you hung with me till the over 9-minute mark. If you did, drop a comment. I like to see those comments. Some of them, if you could put a little humor in there to make me laugh, it's fun. Hopefully I brought a little humor into your life here in one of my videos. And we're going to call this the Baby Bronco. And we're going to put it with the rest of the Broncos we did. Thanks again for tuning in to Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, SUVs, baby Broncos, and everything in between, including your RGB lighting and your grille backlighting and any other fancy stuff that you want done. And even if you want to go crazy with it, like Fast and Furious, bring it in and we'll do it.